Welcome everyone. We have to talk about something. The new win rates are out for June. Now I gotta check first the win rates all aboard, right? Every civilization. So we can see OTD is the first. Then we have Ayubid. Then we have Knights Templar, which is interesting. We have House of Lancaster. We have Japanese, Mongol, Ottoman. We have Zushi, Delhi, Malian, French, Rus, JD, Abbasid, English, Byzantine, HRE, and China. Well, this is interesting. So China does well against Delhi. That makes sense. And HRE does well against China. That makes sense as well. But this is so interesting. So again, if we check it again, we can see so OTD is the best save with Ayubid. Let's say Ayubid and Knights Templar. Let's say we are just putting only 3 civilization into S tier. Maybe we can put 4. So 4 civilization, let's say this is the S tier. Then we can put 4 into A tier, which is like Japanese, Mongol, Ottoman and Zushi. Ottoman and Zushi. Then in B tier we have Delhi, Malian, French. Delhi, Malian, French. Then we have Rus, JD, Abbasid. Rus, JD, and Abbasid. And the verse saves are English, like the verse saves. English, Byzantine, HRE, and China. So this win rate is the overall win rate in every league combined. That's what we have as civilizations. So we see OOTD is like the best civilization in all places. Then we have Ayubid, which is interesting. Why Ayubid is like the second best civilization. Then we have Knights Templar, which also doesn't make sense because Knights Templar are mostly played on water maps, so I have no idea how Knights Templar got into up there. And we have House of Lancaster, which also makes sense because House of Lancaster right now is insanely strong. I think it's still a really nice civilization. Then we have the Japanese, Mongol, Ottoman, and Zushi, which really does make sense. Then we have Delhi, Malian, French, Rus, JD Abbasid, English, Byzantine, HRE, and China. Now, it makes me sad to see HRE and China at the bottom, and I think this is the only reason why China and HRE is at the bottom. I think so many people who are playing with these two civilizations, they just don't understand how to play it. And I kind of feel like we have to give a bigger voice for both civilizations, for both HRE and China need to rise up like a phoenix from his ash. Because both civilizations are insanely strong, they are disgustingly good, and there should be a playstyle played with both civilizations. Now, I was thinking about that, and this is my idea of making like crazy amount of guide out of HRE and China together, playing 1 versus 1 as well on the rank ladder, just playing only HRE or just playing only Chinese. Or I even had the idea of contact HRE or Chinese main low league players to check out their games, to see what's wrong. So that's gonna be really good if we have an HRE or Chinese. So if you are main HRE or if you are main Chinese, please let me know in the comments as well. Put your Age of Empires word. Maybe I can check some games and we can make a helping guide out of those games to make sure we increase the win rate of HRE and China. Because let me tell you that both HRE and China are insanely good civilization. Okay, they are insanely good. So now we're gonna check the civilization in Conqueror 4. There are not that many games played yet, and most of the Conqueror or the pro players are not playing right now because they are practicing for tournament. So we have Malian as first, alright, but like insanely. It's like, holy hell. Malian, OTD, and Ottoman, and Delhi, right? Then we have Zushi, French, Ayubid and Japanese, Ayubid and Japanese. Then we have Byzantine, Rus, HRE, and English. Byzantine, Rus, HRE, and English. Then we have House of Lancaster, Mongol, China, Abbasid. Wow, wow, what happened here? House of Lancaster, Mongol, China, and Abbasid. At the end, we have JD and Knight Templar. This is way different compared to the overall, right? This is literally way different. Because House of Lancaster was like in S tier if you check the overall. But here in Conqueror 4, right, we have House of Lancaster at the bottom with Mongols, which is interesting. And also interesting that for some other reason, China is at the bottom as well with 44 win rate. I wonder what happened here. Because China and both China and Zushi is insanely good on tournament as well. But I guess the reason why China is so low in Conquer 4 because the actual pro players who are like around 2000 elo, right? They are not really playing the ranked ladder. So these players, I don't know what's the I think like 1600. So 1600 and over of that players are trying to play House of Lancaster in China and they are failing. Funny thing is that I have no idea how OOTD has 58.2% win rate and Malian 66.7. That's crazy. Okay, we're gonna check only Conquer. Okay, just like that. Only Conquer. Which one is better? This one, right? If I check like this, right? I'm pretty sure. Okay. So Conqueror. Let me reset this. Let's see for Conqueror. Okay. We have Japanese House of Lancaster. So the House of Lancaster goes up again, which is funny. Japanese House of Lancaster, Mongol, and Zushi. That's the four STRC for them. Then we have OTD going down with Delhi, Ayubid and French. Ayubid and French. Then we have China goes higher. So that's what I'm talking about. Like China is not a bad civilization. China Malian goes down. China Malian English Byzantine. China Malian English Byzantine. Then we have Abbasid JD Abbasid J oh wait, hold up. It's under 48. So Abbasid goes here and the rest of the civilization goes here. Which one was the HRE Rus and Knights Templar? HRE Rus and Knights like this, right? Yeah. So this is in Conqueror. I'm pretty sure this is like 1,400 to 1,600, something like that. That's again. This is so interesting to see. Like the civilizations are very much different, and we have way much more many D tier civilization. Just like the last one, I put civilization under 48% into D tier, and 48 and over 48 goes to C tier. So wow, that's really interesting. So again, in normal Conqueror, HRE, Rus, Knights Templar, Ottoman, and JD is bad. Which again, I'm interesting. What is the reason behind it? Because if you ask me like which civilization I prefer and which one I say like oh yeah they are good and they are insane strong, right? I would easily say it's China, it's Zushi, it's Rus, no, Rook's actually not. House of Lancaster, HRE, then you have Byzantine, Knights Templar here, Abbasid here, English here, Malian, Ottoman, Delhi, French, JD, OOTD, Mongols, Japanese, and Ayubid. I think they are fine. So I would say that's what I would prefer to, like a player who actually plays the game and how I feel while I'm playing the game, rather than what I see on Age of Empires 4 when we are checking the win rates, right? Which is again, it's insane to see that normal Conqueror HRE struggles because HRE they're H4 as well with the Black Rider. I don't know if you guys tried Black Riders, but they're insanely good. They are insanely strong. Now we check. Just go pure diamond, right? Just go pure diamond. Let's see pure diamond. It's Ayubid, House of Lancaster, Japanese OOTD, Malian Abbasid, Rus, Ottoman. China goes up again. Look, China is up in diamond. With Zushi, English, Mongol, JD, French, Delhi, Knights Temple, HRE, and Byzantine at the bottom. Now let's check platinum. Ottoman, Ayubid, Japanese, Mongol, OOTD, Knights Temple, House of Lancaster, Zushi, Malian, Rus, Delhi, JD, English, French, Abbasid, Byzantine, China, and HRA. Okay, now gold. OOTD, Knights Templar, House of Lancaster, Ayubid, Japanese, Mongol, Zushi, Ottoman, Delhi, Rus, Malian, JD, French, Abbasid, Byzantine, English, HRA, and Chinese. Now I wonder what's happening here. By the way, Chinese does well against Delhi and JD and Malian, which is kind of funny. So I wonder what's happening in gold as well. Like how is these civilizations are so low. So I was thinking again to make videos about both HR and China to increase their win rate because I have one huge, like we can say, I'm scared of something very importantly, which is the devs will actually buff civilization that's based on the win rate. Now, I can actually tell you that China is not a bad civilization. If you know how to play it, it's insane that you just climb out of gold like there is no problem. Same with HRE. You can just climb out of gold like it's no problem. If you understand how to play the civilization, right? So if the devs see this and they're gonna buff this for civilization, a form buff again, right? Like these two civilization will get buffed, then in the pro league, it's gonna be a destruction. Okay, on pro league, it's like this two civilization is instantly good to play and not even that hard. So I was really thinking to make like play a lot of games of HRE and play a lot of games of China and just let's give the information, teach each other how to play them correctly, and to boost their win rate. So the devs will actually not nerf these two civilizations, saying that well they have a really shitty win rate because of the calculations, and that's horrible. Because I can already see that devs will buff these civilizations because of the win rate and not because how good the civilizations are, because they are insanely good. So yeah, these are the win rates right now on Age of Empires 4 World. The recent win rate for every civilization. Odin is still the highest, but that we have to beat that. We have to, dude. They have the worst win rate against Japanese and Zushi. Everyone has to learn how to play against OOTD. Japanese and Zushi players have already learned it. Now, China, Abbasid has to learn as well. Or Ayubid. They have 58% win rate against Ayubid. That's insane. Because Ayubid is insanely good against OOTD. Wow. Even Abbas is 60%. That's crazy. Kevin Archers. Huh. Wow. That's very crazy to see. They have so high win rate. So yeah, that's the win rate for this season 11. We need to change the future for sure. We need to change the future. We can't stay punished by the OOTD guys. For sure.